Thor is gonna get a 5th movie. Chris Hemsworth himself announced that he still plans to play the character for a while. Chris is one of those rare actors who have become inseparable from their character. And every time he returns to the role of Thor, it puts him back in the spotlight. In recent months, there have been a lot of rumors about Thor 5. First, from the actor himself, who, while he was on break, explained in several interviews that he would only return to play Thor if the character underwent a major overhaul with a much more serious tone. And in that same podcast, Smartless, he says that Kevin Feige and he are totally on the same page about this. Also, after filming Furiosa, the movie from the Mad Max universe, Hemsworth even mentioned the idea of asking George Miller to direct a future Thor 5. For his part, insider Daniel R. Pecka reported that the movie was in development and that several directors had been approached. Among them are Gareth Edwards, director of the excellent Rogue One and the creator, who had already met with Kevin Feige because of his ability to create gigantic spectacles with small budgets, and also Sam Hargrave, who has already worked with Hemsworth on Extraction. But then, what could this movie be about? I believe everything points to Thor trying to rebuild himself, and it's unlikely a 5th movie will focus on a solitary Thor. Now, his destiny seems to be turning toward the return and rebuilding of his people. We also shouldn't forget the role of Valhalla. Its introduction in the post-credits of Love and Thunder will surely lead Thor to go explore the dimensions after death, gradually evolving toward a Hollywood adaptation. A king of Asgard, no longer just a warrior, an evolution that could also prepare for his succession. In the comics related to Old King Thor, new characters actually take over. They are the goddesses of thunder, Frigg, Elisive, and Atli. They are Thor's granddaughters in the distant future of Universe 14,412, the one tied to Old King Thor. So we haven't seen them a lot, but they perfectly embody everything that makes the character so charming, so I think Thor's future could unfold in 2 major stages. First, his evolution into Thor's father, wielder of the Odin Force to rebuild the glory of Asgard, then passing on this legacy to the next generation. But Daniel RPK also mentioned the development of a mysterious project called Thor Quest. Yes, just like Vision Quest. So, it could simply be the codename for Thor V, but this title also echoes a young adult novel published by Disney Books in 2023. In this book, we discover the very first quest of a teenage Thor, accompanied by Loki and Sif, who are trying to prove their worth in order to obtain Mjolnir. And what if, in addition to a Thor V, we also got a series, animated or not, dedicated to Thor's youth? After all, Tales of Wakanda tells stories about how Wakanda influenced history. So, why wouldn't Marvel do the same thing with the history of the Asgardians? A project that would explore the impact of the Norse gods on Earth long before the MCU. And why not have Old King Thor telling stories from his youth to his granddaughters to inspire them? Finally, we know that the Galactic Arc will have a very important place in the future of the MCU, and Thor could very well take part in it, especially when facing the threat of Annihilus.